Are you ready? We are indeed going in. It is indeed Akira the Dawn. I am indeed your friendly neighborhood wave lord, and we are counting down the official Meaningwave Top 50 tonight, baby, for the month of November. November 2020. Let's get it. Place your bets, baby. Place your bets. Who's the new entry? Who's leaving? Who's getting yeeted? And most importantly, of course, what song is at number 1?
What up, baby? How you doing? Welcome to the Meaning Stream. It's a beautiful day to be alive here at the peak of recorded human civilization, and today we are counting down the official Meaningwave Top 50 for the month of November. Everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite. Pum, 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 pum. Everybody loves a chart show, you know? And it's a good job because that's what you've got. You got a chart show tonight, baby. You got the official Meaningwave Top 50. We're counting down the Meaningwave Top 50. The data comes from this month. The data is coming from Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and TikTok. That's where the data is coming from this month. We will be adding more data points as we get deeper. Waiting for our new distributor to integrate everything fully, and then we'll be able to, then we'll be able to see what difference Jay-Z makes. What's his thing? Tidal, yeah. Some people listen on Tidal. Some people have Tidal. I know people who've got Tidal. I know more people who've got Tidal than got Tom Hanks. How about that? Now, how's everyone doing? Did you think you were gonna see me tonight? I know a bunch. I heard rumors. People were like, Akira he's gonna have to take tomorrow off. After streaming for 13 and a half hours. No, we was up this morning, 7 CT, streaming. I think we were streaming at 7 minutes past 7. We had a very, very epic show. We did nearly 3 hours this morning. I don't know what happened. We went crazy. We had a disco party by Joe. Shouts out to everyone who was at our disco party this morning, and shouts out to everyone who joined us yesterday for our epic 13 and a half hour stream. We went very deep. We had some, we had some epic moments, some epic sets, some epic conversations. Maria Lizak says, "Hey, YouTube hero Alex, I was listening to the interview you did yesterday with Akira on the stream. You have a beautiful voice and a beautiful spirit. Thank you for your service to our community." Hey, how about that? Yeah, we had the very, very first, very rare appearance from YouTube hero Alex, who I bamboozled into coming onto the stream. It wasn't a deliberate bamboozle. It was a kind of accidental half bamboozle. I didn't plot and scheme, but I did take advantage of the situation, which was I had got YouTube hero Alex to help me. I was like, hey, can you help me see if this Zoom thing is working? I wanted to get, do some call-ins, get people to call in and say hi, that type of vibes. that type of thing. And so I got him to test it, and he tested it, and it worked. And but when he tested it, I had my the channel that the audio comes through on, so people heard it. So it was like, well, you're here now. You might as well stay, huh? You may as well stay. Feels like it works, Feels like it works, and it did work. It was very nice. Everybody loved hearing from YouTube Hero Alex. Everyone loved having a voice to associate with the general yeeting and general righteous behavior. If you're listening on the podcast and you're a bit confused, or you're first time here, you're a bit confused, YouTube Hero Alex is the regulator of our live chat. And people always say to me, Akira the Don, how is your live community just so beautiful? You have this amazing live community, Akira the Don. Everyone's so nice to each other. Everyone's so respectful. Everyone's so fun. Everyone's so joyful. Everyone's so positive. Like, what? And, I always say to them, well, as above, so below, obviously. And you need yourself a heroic Alex. That's what you need. You need a heroic Alex who's there at all times, regulating, and yeeting the unwavy. That's one of the most important things to do with unwavy creatures is yeet them. Yeet the unwavy creatures. That's where a lot of people get it wrong. They're like, maybe if you talk to them, or maybe you try rehabilitate. No, yeet. Just yeet. There's lots of internet to be unwavy in. Not this bit of internet, baby. This is sacred. The MAZ is sacred. It's a beautiful space. Wavy creatures only. When you come through the gates, you know what I mean? There's a big sign. Wavy creatures only. And that's what it is. So shout out to YouTube Hero Alex and his twin brother Twitch Hero Alex, who regulates the chat over on Twitch when we're on Twitch, which is every day. It is every day. He does do this every day. People go, Akira the Don, how do you do this every day? You've been streaming for 258 days. You've been 258 sequential, consensual streaming events. How'd you do it? I say, well, I was born for this, but you want to speak to heroic Alex. He's been here every day too, every single stream. He hasn't missed a stream, and he's Canadian, and he had terrible internet. He was regulating the vibes on this thing off a phone for the longest time because he didn't have a computer. He was like a boomer or something. He had like a Nokia phone or some shit like that, and he was regulating the chat on a Nokia phone or something. Amazing. Anyway, here we are. Welcome, one and all. It's the Meaningwave official top 50. Place your bets. Place your bets. What up, Captain Freedom? How you doing, baby? What up, Bleat Llama? How you doing, baby? What up, D-Man? What up, Defcon 25 Blades? Cindy Bailey's in the house. D-Man is in the house, and Melinda is in the house and says, you rocked it this morning. God bless you. And you didn't even sneeze, did you? No, but you still got blessed. Thank you. Shouts out to everybody. We're just going to get straight into it, straight into it. Because we got a lot of records to get through. We got 50 records to get through. That's how many records are in this epic top 50. 50 of them. 50 of them. And kicking off at number 50 with a brand new entry and very aptly titled. This is from the brand new album Akira the Don and Alan Watts. Watts Wave 2, How to Be a Better Person. Why have you come here? Huh? And that's a good question, right? Why have you come here? What are you up to? Yeah.
So, it all comes down to this basic question. That human beings have for a long, long time been concerned about transforming their minds. Is there any way in which one's mind can be transformed? Or is it simply a process which is nothing more than a vicious circle? I could ask, why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Would it be too presumptuous of me to say that you were looking for help? That you hoped you would hear somebody who had something to say that would be of help and relevant to you as members of a world which is running into the most intense difficulties. beset by a complex of problems, any one of which would be bad enough. But when you add together all the great political, social, and ecological problems with which we are faced, they are appalling. And one naturally says, the reason why we are in such a mess is not simply that we have wrong systems for doing things.
Systems.
Whether they be technological, political, or religious. But we have the wrong people.
I mean, that's major.
The systems may be all right, but they are in the wrong hands because we are all, in various ways, self-seeking, lacking in wisdom, lacking in courage, afraid of death, afraid of pain, unwilling really to cooperate with others, unwilling to be open to others. And we all think that's too bad. It's me that's wrong.
Oh!
Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for? Why have you come here? What were you looking for?
Yo, that's an instant classic right there. Why have you come here? Number 50. Alan Watts, Akira the Don for the new album, How to Be a Better Person. I imagine there'll be a few more from that album. Coming up, let's see what everyone's saying out there. Let's see what people are predicting. Mike Betters predicts Art is still at the top. Jordan B. Peterson, Akira the Don, Art still at the top. Is being predicted. Sagittarius, my kids laugh when I call them records. Kristen Bess is Mrs. and Mrs. Better's chicken in. Hello. Ryan Spice says tunes. Cindy Bailey says, I'm hoping I put Buddha Said in the top 10. That's one of my very, very favorites, Cindy Bailey. What a great song that is. D-Man says 50 on ducks. People are expecting to see all the ducks swimming in the water, retaining. Didn't it enter at number 50 last week? Let's see if it's still here. It's been a pretty epic week, month. We hit a new high on Spotify of 170. Let me just check that. 172,538 listeners in the past month. Who listened to 1.6 million streams between them. That's just on Spotify. That was an increase of 13% on the previous month. Meaningwave tracking up, baby. Stonks in the MAZ by Joe. Speaking of stonks, the Black Friday sale is still on, and I think we're just going to leave it on till Monday. People have Cyber Monday on Monday, so we're just going to leave that on Monday. Till Monday, because I didn't have time to change the streaming overlay, with DJing for 13 and a half hours. So we're just going to leave it up till Monday. Whoa! Stonks, go get yourself 30% off of everything at Meaningwave.com right now with the code Black Friday 2020 at checkout. Major League Stonks, baby, get after it. Get your Christmas sorted. Zachary Brooks is predicting Grateful to the Gods in the top 25. I have a feeling that at some point, somehow, that record is going to get discovered by a lot of people and is suddenly going to go crazy. So you think about it, like the amount of people who are aware that Meditations Volume 1 exists versus the people who would love it. That is very, very small. It's very, 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 very small. A very small amount of the people who would love that record even know it exists. And one of these days, they're going to go around and find out. And that's going to mess up everything. D-Man says, I can't wait for my Velvet Ferns, the Meaningwave Aesthetic Fern collection. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I can't wait for my aesthetic firms. There's the fern vest right there. British people call that a vest. I know Americans call it a wife beater. And those are pants in America, right? Yeah, anyway. Hey! Number 49, we've got some good advice here from Jordan D. Peterson.
The first chapter
Skunks.
in my book is called Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back. And it's an injunction to be combative, not least to further your career, let's say, but also to adopt a stance of ready engagement with the world and to reflect that in your posture. I kind of have an affinity for lobsters. When a lobster loses a fight, he kind of crunches down, so he looks smaller. When he wins a fight, he stretches out, looks bigger. And so he's signaling to other lobsters the tally of his victory. So you think, well, so what? The lobster runs on serotonin, neurochemical. And if the lobster loses, the serotonin levels go down. And if he wins, the serotonin levels go up. And when the serotonin levels go up, he stretches out. And he's a confident. And one of the consequences of that is if a lobster loses a battle and you give him the equivalent of antidepressant, then he stretches out and he'll go fight again.
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight. Stand up straight with your shoulders back.
Stand up straight.
Stand up straight. Stand up straight with your shoulders back.
I said.
Stand up straight. 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 Stand up straight.
Yeah.
Stand up straight with your shoulders back.
Number 49, Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back, featuring Jordan B. Peterson. And number 48, Do Things That Are Delightful for You, to you. Alan Watts.
To spread joy, you have to have it. To impart delight, you have to be more or less delightful.
Yeah.
And to be delightful is not some factor of trying to make yourself look delightful. It is to do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others. It is to do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. Do things that are delightful to you. You become thereby delightful to others.
Do things that are delightful to you at number 48, and number 47, do shit that's difficult. Do. It's the do section of the chart.
Everybody's got these stupid barriers they put in their own head. You gotta resist those goddamn things.
Yes, you do.
Be any good, and they certainly define the potential for your future in a negative way. It's not self-serving, and it's not even real. But this idea that there's no way to get past the starting block today is just it's crazy. And it's just this poor thinking. And people that are trapped in bad situations, one of the problems is you feel like this is your future. You feel like you're fucked. You can't get out of that. There's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no rainbow. And if you feel like that, that alone can be incredibly defining and limiting. But if you look at yourself objectively and say, I kind of am fucked here. I'm in credit card debt. I'm working in a shitty job. I don't like what I'm doing, but I have some ideas. I need to feed those fucking ideas. I need to feed them and water them. I need to set aside a certain amount of time every day. To just try to make those things happen. Every day. To just try to make those things happen. Every day. To just try to make those things happen. Every day. You can do that. Do shit that's difficult every day, do shit that's difficult every day. You can do that. Do shit that's difficult every day, do shit that's difficult. It's very important to struggle.
Do shit that's difficult, baby, and that's a very good idea. Always a very good idea. Thank you, Joseph Rogan, for that. Joseph Rogan. And number 46. Number 45.
A higher being.
JBP.
This is also why, I've mentioned to people that they should.
Making it beautiful.
That's become quite the internet.
Upsetting weirdos on Twitter.
Because it's really hard to do that.
Hey.
It's just that you.
Thanks, weirdos on Twitter. best marketing team that money doesn't even have to buy.
Make it beautiful.
Whoa! Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Aye.
Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful.
Yes,
make
it is.
beautiful.
It's really worthwhile.
Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful.
Yes, it
make
is.
Make it beautiful. It's
Really worthwhile.
What's really cool is if you learn to make something beautiful, even one thing, you can just make one thing in your life beautiful, then you've established a relationship with beauty. And then you can start to expand that relationship with beauty out into the world, like into other elements of your life. And that is so worthwhile. It's just incredibly,
Crazily worthwhile. Make it beautiful.
Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful.
And it's really worthwhile.
Make it beautiful. It's really hard to make something beautiful. Make it beautiful.
And it's really worthwhile. Oh, you hear that? Oh, that's an injection, baby. That's an injection of pure sax deep into your vein. Let's reboot that. Let's listen to that again. What a way to kick off a song.
So, what instead, therefore, if we see that you can't outwit yourself, you can't be unself-conscious on purpose, you can't be designedly spontaneous, and you cannot be genuinely loving by intending to love. By intending to love. Either you love someone or you don't.
Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't.
If you pretend to love a person, you deceive them and build up reasons for resentment. You say, well, I ought to be honest. That's the beginning of so many lies you can't imagine. So many lies you can't imagine. Either you love someone or you don't.
Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't.
Like when I hear a lot said about love, big love thing on. Everybody's got to love everybody. Everybody sings songs about love. Do you know what I do? I buy a gun and bar my door. I know there's a storm of hypocrisy. I buy a gun and bar my door. Because I know there's a storm of hypocrisy brewing.
If you love someone or you don't. Love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't.
Either you love someone
or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Either you love someone or you don't. Love someone or you don't. Yo, that record's amazing. I haven't listened to that since I put it out. What an amazing record. Shouts out to me and the whole crew. Big shouts out to Ginge, aka Damien Cook. I should get him on the show to say hi. He was the guy playing all that beautiful sax on the Christmas album that just dropped. And the flute and the clarinet. The master of wind himself. Yo, and that's, what is that? That is at number 44 from the album What's Wave? How to Be a Better Person. Instruction manual. Yeah, baby, what's cracking? How y'all doing? Put up, it's members time. How you doing, my guy? Yo, either you love someone or you don't. That's right, my guy. Members time got a new girl. The last girl he did not love. And if he loves someone, you don't. That's the facts, baby. Did you see that? Did you see that? I just caught a fly. Did you see that? Did you see that? What? Man, I'm too smooth. There was like a little, one of them little, what they call them little buzzy mosquito type things. Did you see that? It just came out. I just caught it. Discarded the corpse like that. Live on stream. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Hey, we need to do an international high five, don't we? I think we do. You know, we're getting into this thing here. We're getting into this situation. We're getting into this vibe, and it's a beautiful thing. I suggest you smash that like. If you've not yet smashed that like, it would be nice if you did. It would probably be helpful. They would maybe YouTube it, then let some people know the stream's happening, you know? That would be swell. Anyway, international high five come up. All I want to know today is where on God's sweet earth you are, and what are you predicting for number one? Where art thou, and what dost thou predict for number one? By Jove. I could tell you what it isn't. It isn't this. 43, Beware of Virtue. Akira the Don and Alan Watts. Anyone who think a new Alan Watts album came out this month? Hey.
Akira.
Woo woo.
He's got clout.
And what seems a good thing today turns out tomorrow to have been a disaster. What seemed in the moral and spiritual sphere too, like great virtues in times past, are easily seen today as hideous evil.
It's true.
Let's take, for example, the Inquisition. In its own day, among Catholics, the Holy Inquisition was regarded as we today regard the practice of psychiatry. You see, you feel that in curing a person of cancer, almost anything is justified. The most complex operation, the most weird surgery. People suspended for days and days on end on the end of tubes with X-ray penetration.
Yeah!
Burning. Or people undergoing shock treatment. People locked in the colorless, monotonous corridors of mental institutions. In all good faith, they knew that witchcraft and heresy were terrible things. Awful plagues, imperiling people's souls forever and ever. So any means were justified to cure people of heresy. We don't change. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different names. We don't change. We're doing the same thing today, but under different name.
Therefore, beware of virtue. Instructional manual from Alan Watts. Thank you, Alan Watts. Hey. Let's see what the gang is saying. Members time says too fucking smooth. Yeah, baby. We got a bunch of saxophones in the chat. Hurrah. Adam says, high five, my dudes. Hello, Adam. 2076, Saratoga Springs, New York. I'm predicting prosperity. Prosperity at number one in the chart. Nice. Robert Easley, Chicago, Lament of Hermes. Ooh. Spagandi, Fla. Great Dictator has been really booming recently. Thank? Yeah, thank. Spagandi, I like Light in the Darkness, though. I like that. Lots of people don't know that exists. It's funny. So Captain Minor is betting on Jordan B. Peterson's drinking song at number one. Alan Moran, Michigan, I'm guessing Art by Jordan B. Peterson, but I'm hoping for Prince. Lament of Hermes, or Chaplin to be in the top 10. Yeah. What up, Pie Weeds? YouTube hero Alex says, I can't wait until we can gamble our channel points on Twitch. Is that a thing? Can you do that? That's interesting. I like gambling. I don't do any, but I like it in theoretically. You know, in another life, I'm a degenerate gambler. I like that life. It's a fun and interesting life, you know. Did you hear that story about Norm Macdonald? He stayed up all night in Vegas on blackjack or something. And he won like $50,000 and then he threw it all into the sea because he figured he was only going to go back and lose it. So he threw it into the sea. What a guy. Cree! Welcome to the channel, Cree. We got a new member called Cree. Hey, how you doing, baby? Choo Magoo. Yeah. What about in Montana? Maybe Art. Mike Betters, Pennsylvania. Maybe the Weed song. Never done a Weed song, and I don't know why. That's a rare cut. Lots of people do not know that. David Howe, Delaware. Sound of the Rain. It needs no translation. Bleat Llama. I'm located in Colorado, and I predict good at number 1. Ooh, a return to number 1 from Jocko, huh? Jocko got kicked off at the number 1 spot a couple of months back. First, he was kicked off by Joseph Rogan. The Defy Bay Area, number 1, Dreamland by Fox Stevenson, remixed by ATD. Is this a very meta joke that I do not understand? Ooh. Alec Moran. David Howe, classic. Got my dad into What's Wave with that song on Wednesday. Oh, that's nice. Shouts out to your dad. Shouts out to your father. Shouts out to fathers in general. D-Man thinks, get that good feeling? Yeah. D-Man says Prince might be on top. Aesthetic 86, quack, let's hit the surf. Predicting some duck activities. Maria Lee Zach, let it be something with sax. Alec Moran deserves it and we all crave it. Zach Sowers at Boston, Massachusetts. Meaningwave exists. Good point, well made. Hi Weeds, I'm going to go out on a limb and say idea muscle. Linda Love, we haven't done one of those yet. One of those does not exist. And it doesn't exist because we don't do politics. We do not do politics for many, many reasons. But one of the main ones, of course, is politics is downstream from culture. And I think far too many people these days concern themselves with politics when politics is indeed downstream from culture. So over here, we are concerned with culture. And we're concerned with stealing the culture. You know, so that's what we're up to over here. What up, YouTube hero Alex said, yes, Twitch rolled out predictions for 50% of affiliates and partners and will enable it for the rest of streamers shortly so we can gamble our hundreds of thousands of channel points on these lists. Oh, finally something to do with channel points. We can gamble with them. That's wonderful. Good news. Regular Father, main, probably GOOD, good. Featuring Jocko Willink. Kyla, Fla, I never know, I'm just here for the ride. That's a nice place to be. Linda Love, goddamn peace, science, what up, baby? Aesthetic 86, it's just a ride, that's right. What up, Sheila D613? You're doing your prediction here in emoji, that's very cool. Rogan, Meaningwave, Love Prayer. My prediction, Love Prayer. Have we got a song called Love Prayer? Love Hands? Anyway, you're predicting Rogan. Nice. The Defy, what's cracking, baby? D-Man, bleeding edge of cultivation of culture. Yeah. Regular Pop says, gonna put my culture back where it belongs. Be a punk, get married, have kids. Yeah, and don't just get married, stay married. That's the most punk rock thing you can do. Them boomers all split up. You know what I mean? They didn't hold it down. You know, they left a whole generation having to go to fucking 800 places every Christmas, and they like just messed everything up. You know what I mean? You want to be real punk rock, babies. You know, work through the difficult stuff and get onto the other side. You know what's on the other side? Greatness. You already know. Okay, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Hi. Flippin' 5. Oh, by Jove, a high flippin' 5. A flippin' high 5 at number 42. The man who wrote those 42 rules. And this is his wishes. Ooh, ooh.
The root word for genius.
Ooh.
And it's a really interesting idea because there's this unlimited power that's associated with genius, but it's constrained. And that's really what the human spirit is like. Because this aspect of the infinite. And it is something that can grant wishes. But it's also constrained terribly. I don't ask God for favors. Or for wishes. Or for wishes. You know? I don't ask God for favors. Or for wishes. Or for wishes. You know? We're constrained mortally and physically and all that, but the thing is that both the infinite possibility and the constraint are necessary. Right? That's what makes up the genie. It has to be both at the same time. And the idea that, you know, if you find your genie, you can have your wishes. It's right. You have to really want what you're wishing for. Right? You have to make the proper sacrifices to get it. It can't be just some whim. You have to ask for something that you would rather not have. Which is usually wisdom. Somebody asked me about prayer. They asked me if I prayed, and I thought, well, it depends on what you mean by that. Exactly. I don't ask God for favors. Or for wishes. Or for wishes. You know? I don't ask God for favors. Or for wishes. Or for wishes.
Speaking of wishes,
Trees carbon. Where did that come?
many people wished for this to exist, and now it does.
It's carbon dioxide from the air. People,
Richard Feynman and Akira the Don, trees come out of the air.
the plants grow out of the ground. But if you ask where the substance comes, you find out where does it come from. Trees come out of the air? They surely come out of the ground. No, they come out of the air. No, they come out of the air.
No.
The carbon dioxide in the air goes into the tree and it changes it, kicking out the oxygen and pushing the oxygen away from the carbon and leaving the carbon substance with water. Water comes out of the ground. Only it came out of the air, didn't it? It came down from the sky. So in fact, most of a tree, or almost all of the tree is out of the ground. I'm sorry, it's out of the air.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I told you the oxygen and carbon stick together very tight. How is it the tree is so smart and managed to take the carbon dioxide, which is the carbon oxygen, nicely combined, and undo that? Life has some mysterious force. No, the sun is shining. And it's the sunlight that comes down and knocks this oxygen away from the carbon. So it takes sunlight to get the plant to work. And so the sun, all the time, is doing the work of separating the oxygen away from the carbon. The oxygen is some kind of terrible byproduct, which it spits back into the air, and leaving the carbon and water and stuff to make the substance of the tree. Then when we take the substance of the tree and stick it in the fireplace, there's all the oxygen made by these trees. And all the carbon would much prefer to be close together again. And once you let the heat to get it started, it continues and makes an awful lot of activity while it's going back together again. And all this nice light and everything comes out. And everything is being undone. You're going back from carbon and oxygen, back to carbon dioxide. And the light and heat that's coming out, that's the light and heat of the sun that went in. The sun that went in. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log.
Hey.
So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log.
So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log. So it's sort of stored sun that's coming out when you burn a log.
Richard Feynman and Akira the Don for the Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 album. Who wants more Richard Feynman? Trees come out of the air. Number 42. Number 41, my bad. Number 41. Make some noise. Number 40. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alec Moran says, hey, take advantage of this sale. I've never seen such good merch, and from such an amazing and humble source on top of that, by Jove. It is incredibly good quality stuff. Most people get bullshit, you know, they get like Gildan t-shirts and shit. Like, this ain't that. This ain't no middle of the mall shit. This is epic shit. This is beautiful. This is quality. Made in America. Hey, get after it.
You know, when people think of the word mind control, they think of controlling other people's minds. And when I think about mind control, I think about controlling your own mind.
Whoa.
Because while I am obviously a physical person, and I embrace physicality, we are our minds. What it means and where the you actually is, and whether there's a soul or a brain or whatever, your heart or some other conjured up place. This is what I know, is that your mind, the thing that is listening and comprehending these words right now, that is you. And that thing, that mind, you can control. You are the machine.
Whoa! Wow, and there you go. That was the first 10. That was 50 to 40 right there. Now number 39. Let's see what's cracking. Ooh, ooh, another absolute eargasm.
That the watching self, or the observing self, behind all our thoughts and feelings, is itself a thought. That is to say, when the police enter a house in which there are thieves, the thieves go up from the ground floor to the first floor. When the police arrive on the first floor, the thieves have gone up to the second, and so to the third, and finally out to the roof. And so when the ego is about to be unmasked, it immediately identifies with the higher self. It goes up a level. Because the religious game is simply a refined and highbrow version of the ordinary game. How can I outwit me? How can I one-up me? So, if I find, for example, that in the quest for pleasure, the ordinary pleasures of the world, food, sex, power, food, sex, power, all this becomes a drag, and I think, no, it isn't there, so I go in for the arts, literature, poetry,
music,
and I absorb myself in those pleasures, food, sex, power. I absorb myself in literature, poetry, music, those pleasures, food, sex, power. I absorb myself in literature, poetry, music, food, sex, power. Literature, poetry, music, food, sex, power. And after a while,
poetry, What's Wave 2? How to be a better person. Food, sex, power. Man, there's so many absolutely amazing songs on that album.
They could just mow a lawn.
Excuse me, what was that? Yeah. Number 38. Why would you do drugs when you could just mow a lawn? Also featuring the saxophone skills of my good friend Damien Cook. Oh.
Why would anyone do
Renaissance
when they could just mow?
Sax Renaissance. What up, Mason says, grateful for that Feynman wave and Sagan wave. If Young Wave comes true, when Young Wave comes true, I wouldn't know what to ask for. Yeah, well. What up, Jason Fortune? The Watts emoticon is amazing. Yeah, it is. Bleat Llama, how can I defeat me? Probably by bringing cookies. I'm a sucker for cookies. Hey, what up, Fool Killer? Jason Fortune, Cindy Bailey. What up, New Man Bacree? Said, so happy my friend Marcy steered me to you. Shouts out to Marcy. But it's weird not having a hype train, lol. Yeah, of course, so you came in via the Twitch, huh? And then you moved on over to the YouTube experience. How do you find the difference between the two? They are very different, right? It's in strange, unquantifiable fashions. They are very different venues. Yeah. Reclaim your
Why would
mind.
anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn?
Hey, who's keeping track of the sax? Ali Moran says, is this 3 sax songs so far? I want to keep track. Yeah, someone keep a chart. We need a sax chart. We should have like a sax alert or something. D-Man, Twitch is faster.
Anyone do drugs when they could just mow?
Jason Fortune says they are different venues. They are. That's what it is. That's the way it is. Dun, dun, na, 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 na. From Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. Yeah, 2020 Meaningwave music is really killing it on the Meaningwave charts, right? I mean, there's no guarantee that sort of thing could happen. Oftentimes, for example, if you go look at you look at most bands, they usually have like one album, that does very well, and then that will tend to sort of dominate their own personal charts. Meaningwave's different though, baby. Meaningwave is its own universe. Meaningwave is its own universe, and the Meaningwave universe encompasses so much. I mean, it even encompasses Rudyard Kipling. This song is climbing the charts steadily. It was a re-entry or new entry about 3 months ago, like number 50, and it's just steadily climbing.
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you.
I wonder why.
Yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken,
twisted by the maker,
trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools.
You haven't yet smashed that like button, then you better get after it. That's Bleat Llama. 2076 says Jocko has the coronavirus. I think you got that the wrong way around. Coronavirus has Jocko.
Make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and top. And lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss.
Never.
If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on.
Yeah. Man, Rudyard Kipling at number 37 and number 36. Marcus Aurelius. This really is the most radically cultured chart I've ever come across.
He's got clout.
Grateful, baby, grateful. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, also surly. That's right. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and I recognize that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share in the divine. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share in the divine. So none of them can hurt me, no one can implicate me in ugliness. Neither can I feel angry at my relative or hate him. See, we were born to work together like feet, hands and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper and lower. To obstruct each other is unnatural. To feel anger at someone, to turn your back on it. Hey, these are obstructions. Yo, disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness. But in cheerfulness and truth. I said, grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. I said, grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness. But in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Disguise your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness. But in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods from the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the Gods from the Epic album came out this year, another 2020 classic. And this one came out in 2020 as well. 2020 was a good year for Meaningwave.
All right, at long last.
A vintage year for Meaningwave.
For reality, some of these things you're going to say,
hey,
I've heard about those. First, you must accept the frame, at least as a filter, that there could be a subjective reality and that you can manipulate it. You should accept that systems work better than goals. People are telling me every day that they implemented systems and it changed their life. This is one of the biggest buttons on the interface for life. If you don't like where you are and you want to go somewhere else, learn how to build systems for everything from your diet to your career to your social life, fitness, everything. Talent stacking. The idea that if you intelligently add new talents, you become not just a little bit better, but exponentially better, because talents really explode your capability and your options. So this is one of the biggest buttons on the interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. The interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. Affirmations, the idea of writing down or visualizing your goals, seems to be something that gives you the impression that it works. And I say that very carefully. Does it work? Do affirmations change reality? Oh no. Oh no. I can see that when I've used them, the results I've gotten don't seem like anything could have been natural. I cured an incurable voice problem. I had ridiculous stock market luck when I used the affirmations. My career, as I told you, is just crazy. The interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. The interface to reality. It feels like it works, but I'm not going to tell you it does.
Feels like it works.
You should see these
feels like
filters.
It works. If it feels like it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Pop, pop. Number 34.
Akira.
Hey, that last one was Scott Adams and Akira the Don from the User Interface for Reality album. And this right here, well.
One thing I wanted to say is, one thing I wanted to say is, don't be fooled by the internet. Don't be fooled by the internet. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool to use the computer, don't let the computer use you. You all saw the Matrix. You all saw the Matrix. There's a war going on with battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. There's a war going on with battlefields in the mind, and the prize is the soul. The prize is the soul. The prize is the soul.
Be careful. Be careful! Action, action, action. So many bangers. So many incredible joints. So many hits.
Lao Tzu, the Chinese philosopher, said...
That last one was The Prize is the Soul featuring Prince from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. This is more Alan Watts from the brand new album. Whoa.
But inferior virtue cannot let go of being virtue.
Hey, hey, hey.
Therefore is not virtue. Translated in more of a periphrastic way, the highest virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue. Therefore really is virtue.
That's right.
The highest virtue is not conscious of itself as virtue. And therefore really is virtue.
Yo, there's so many epic songs on that subject in the Meaningwave universe. But yeah, we love that one. We love that one. The Highest Virtue, number 33 and number 32.
I don't know about that.
What?
Some of them maybe.
Some of them what? Virtue?
Some of them
virtuous.
Discipline.
They do need discipline.
There's also an issue with momentum.
That's true.
You're just doing it. It's not a part of your life. It's not something that you're accustomed to, pushing yourself. There's been many days where I didn't want to work out. I just didn't feel like I had the energy, and I just forced myself. And I think there's very few people out there that know how to force themselves. That's a learned skill. You have to have like real rigid requirements of yourself, where you don't allow yourself to back out of things.
Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something. Do something.
Do something. Akira the Don and Joseph Rogan. Number 32. At number 31, Akira the Don and Scott Adams. For freedom.
Here are the other buttons, which are mostly self-explanatory. But freedom is a big thing.
Yeah.
People will trade a lot for freedom. You could say, would you like a bad life or a good life with no freedom? And people will take the bad life with freedom. So if you ever have a chance to create a situation where you can offer someone more freedom, that's very powerful. That's a button. And you should get as much for yourself as you can. And you can use it as a tool.
Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, make some noise for freedom.
They will trade a lot.
Oh. They will trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
Because they will trade a lot.
They will trade a lot. They
will
trade a lot. They will trade a lot.
People will trade a lot for freedom. Because they will trade a lot for freedom. And freedom.
Scott Adams and Akira the Don. Shouts out to Scott Adams. What a guy. What a very, 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 very epic guy.
The problem is how to get that higher self working. How does it make a difference to what you do and what
how you're feeling out there?
all kinds of
How are your predictions going?
self going.
Is anything you've expected to see by now not happened? Or
But they're just like ordinary people.
anything you were expecting to see higher coming lower?
Sometimes a little worse. And they can fool themselves.
Aye.
Fool themselves. They can fool themselves. They can say, for example, well, my point of view in religion is very liberal. I believe that all religions have divine revelation in them. But I don't understand the way you people will fight about it. You fight, say that we, Jehovah's Witnesses, have the real religion. The real religion. Others say, well, we Roman Catholics have it. And the Muslims say, no, it is in the Quran. And this is the right way. This is the right way.
Yeah.
This is the right way. 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 This is the right way.
This is the right way. Kindly, Akira the Don and Alan Watts. From the album that this is also from, which is smashing up the Meaningwave top 50 right now. What with it just having come out, and what with it being so flipping great.
It's instructive to go to a professional professor's meeting. In my field, which is philosophy, you go to a congress of philosophers, and you'll find when they all get together in the bar or in the restaurant in somebody's room, the one thing they don't talk about is philosophy. It is very bad form indeed to show interest in philosophy among your colleagues. The same is exactly true in clergy gatherings. They don't talk about religion. What they both talk about is politics. Church politics and academic politics. Because it's bad form to be brilliant on a faculty. Because it outclasses your colleagues. Therefore, faculty people tend to cultivate the study mediocrity.
Whoa. Meaningwave Autonomous Zone! What's Wave killing it right now? Absolutely killing it.
Now you see, if you...
What up, and Bruce Turquoise says, in 2008, predicted that the world would end in 2020. Who predicted? Am I missing an earlier message that would be of use for this reading? Maybe not. Oh, you predicted. I thought I was completely wrong on January 1st. The later simulations are all proven correct, though. Predicted Tom Hanks disease, etc. Are you talking about Cliff High? You're talking about Cliff High's models. Oh, here comes that lucky train. Choo-choo, baby, choo-choo! Whose favorite song is this? What up, B. Athena?
Now you see, if you do that, you do at least give yourself a chance. And it may be that when you are in this way freed from busybodiness and being out to improve everything, that your own nature will begin to take care of itself. Because you're not getting in the way of yourself all the time. You will begin to find out the great things that you do are really happening. The great things that you do are really happening. For example, no great genius can explain how he does it. The great things that you do are really happening. Yes, he says, I have learned a technique to express myself. Because I had something in me that had to come out. If I were a musician, I had to learn how music is produced. If I want to describe something, I have to learn a language so that others can understand it. I need a technique. But then beyond that, I'm afraid I can't tell you how it was that I used that technique to express this mysterious thing I wanted to show you. If we could tell people that, we would have schools where we would infallibly train musical geniuses, scientific miracle minds. There would be so many of them. We wouldn't know what to do with them. Geniuses would be a dime a dozen. And then we would say, well, these people are after all not very ingenious. You know, PhDs, how many of them are there? Because what is fascinating always about genius is the fellow does something we can't understand. He surprises us. The great things that you do are really happening. The great things that you do are really happening. For example, no great genius can explain how he does it. The great things that you do are really happening.
Whoa! Ow! The great things that you do. This one really needs a music video directed by the guy who did November Rain. Alright? We gotta have Ginge on top of a mountain with a sax at this point. I know that's not how you hold a sax. What's Wave? How to be a better person is killing it out there. Shouts out to everybody locked in. God bless each and every one of you. Shouts out to those who are doing cool things like joining the channel and super chatting, like Cree. Hi Cree, God bless you. God bless you, Alec Miranda, appreciate you. Shouts out to everyone who supports this thing. If you want to support this thing, one way you can do that right now is go take advantage of our Black Friday sale, which is running till Monday. Use Black Friday 2020 at checkout at meaningwave.com to get 30% off of your order. By Jove. And racing on through this chart, we got a lot of charts to race through. Number 27, your friend and mine. He's got a new book coming out, and once again, the people who don't like him are doing their very best to market it for him. They're very, very good. God bless them. God bless their little hearts. This is a song about the way.
Trying to make sense of this, because, well, what the hell's going on? Why am I selling out 3,000 person auditoriums? I use the stage, let's say, as a opportunity in real time to think. I've been thinking, well, if you're surfing, you don't confuse yourself with the wave. The wave. The wave. That's a real mistake. You're on top of the wave. The wave. The wave. The wave. That's a real mistake. You might be on top of the wave, but you're not the wave.
I nearly killed myself, stopped myself laughing too hard a second ago. It was a wonderful thing. Embraced Kraz, it was, who said that he, in 2008, predicted the end of the world for 2020. And then somebody said, why don't you predict something nice for 2021? Something. What did they say? It was lovely. Embrace said in 2008, I predicted the world would end in 2020. And that his predictions about Tom Hanks and all that were proven correct. Oh, where is the thing? 2017. Well, predict something more positive for 2021, you big dummy. Hey, guess what? 2021, I can predict this. It's going to be some real good Meaningwave music. I think it might be even better than that which has come previously. How about that for a prediction? That's my prediction. I predict that Meaningwave will get better and the wave will grow. How about that for a prediction? I predict that. I predict there'll be a number of epic streams. How about that for a prediction? Yeah.
Do you want grace? Well, ask God. Maybe He'll give it to you.
Meaningwave on Son of a Son, make some noise!
The theologian will tell you, yes, God gives His grace freely. He gives it to all because He loves all. It's here like the air. All you have to do is receive it. Or a more Orthodox, a Catholic Christian would say, all you have to do is to be baptized, to take the holy sacrament of the altar, the bread and wine, the body and blood of Christ, and there is the grace right there. And it's given by these simple physical means so that it's very easily and readily available. Well, a lot of people got baptized, and it doesn't always take. People fall from grace. Why do they? You see, we're just talking about the same old problem, but we've put it a step up. But it's the same problem. How can I improve myself? Was the first problem. The second problem is, do you want grace?
Yeah.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
Do you want grace?
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
Do you want grace?
Let him know!
I want grace. We want grace, yeah.
Alan Watson, Akira the Dawn, Grace at number 26. Number 9, the team up at a century. Double J.
The one thing that discipline definitely does help you with,
and the A,
it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. A big part of success is just not being fucking lazy and just doing it. 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. If I only worked out when I felt good, I'd be a fat fuck. Because there's a lot of days I don't want to do it. I mean, it's pretty much the same with everybody that actually gets good at something. There's gotta be those days you push through. They're probably gonna be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know because I don't want to do it.
Akira.
He's got clout.
Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
I also think that discipline is a way to creativity. When you're on the battlefield, is an absolute exercise in creativity. How are we going to attack them? How are we going to disorganize them? How are we going to get in their heads
That's all just massive creativity. And when I look at people that are artists, I would imagine the more disciplined you are, you gotta write stuff down, you gotta read, you gotta increase your vocabulary so that you are quicker and sharper, so that when people are saying things, you have more words to battle back at them. All those things, all that freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read, you write, you talk, you go through things. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely accurate. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through
freedom that you get on stage comes from the discipline. You study, you learn, you read, you write, you talk, you go through things. Is that an accurate statement?
Absolutely accurate.
Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do. Through discipline, I get things done. The pro goes to work. Through discipline, I get things done. This is what I do.
You know, there's always, every one of these charts, there's always a couple of songs that I would never have thought to put together that the chart puts together for me. Like that right there. At number 25, Discipline Gets Things Done. And number 24, Christmas Time is Here, Charlie Brown. Christmas music has been entering the chart. Christmas music has entered the chart. Last week we had a Christmas song entered at number 49. Last month, sorry. Favorite time of year. Phil Killer 3644 says a very disciplined Christmas. Oh man, I can't wait till me and Jocko are like proper homies, you know, and I can be like, yo, let's make a Christmas album from scratch and call it a disciplined Christmas. A very disciplined Christmas, and Jocko can just like, you know, talk of Christmas discipline. I'm very jolly and play guitar. Speaking of Christmas music, the new album, A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle, is out now on all platforms. Where am I? There am I. There I am. Over there in the corner, no, that corner. Over down that corner, you can see the artwork of it. A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle is out now on all platforms. Go check that out. Add it to your playlist or that. At number 23, a lot of people like this record, and I know a lot of people would like to see it higher. You're just gonna have to listen to it more.
Do you know, Asclepius, that Egypt is an image of heaven? Or to speak more exactly, in Egypt, all the operations of the powers which rule and work in heaven are present in the earth below. In fact, it should be said that the whole cosmos dwells in this our land, as in a sanctuary. And yet, since it is fitting that wise men should have knowledge of all events before they come to pass, you must not be left in ignorance of what I will now tell you. There will come a time when it will have been in vain that Egyptians have honored the Godhead with heartfelt piety and service, and all our holy worship will be fruitless and ineffectual. The gods will return earth to heaven. Egypt will be forsaken, and the land which was once the home of religion will be left desolate, bereft of the presence of its deity. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty desire. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty desire, which thine own children in time to come will not believe. Nothing will be left but graven words, and only the stones will tell of thy piety. And in that day, men will be weary of life, and they will cease to think the universe worthy of reverent wonder and worship. They will no longer love this world around us, this incomparable world of God, this glorious structure which he has built, this sum of good made up of many diverse forms, this instrument whereby the will of God operates in that which he has made, ungrudgingly favoring man's welfare. This combination and accumulation of all the manifold things that call forth the veneration, praise, and love of the beholder. Darkness will be preferred to light, and death will be thought more profitable than life. No one will raise his eyes to heaven. The pious will be deemed insane. Or the impious wise, the madman will be thought a brave man, or the wicked will be esteemed as haughty. As for the soul, and the belief that it is immortal by nature, or may hope to attain to immortality, as I have taught you, all this they will mock, and even persuade themselves that it is false. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty desire. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Oh, Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion nothing will remain but an empty desire. No word of reverence or piety, no utterance worthy of heaven will be heard or believed, and so the gods will depart from mankind, a grievous thing. And only evil angels will remain, who will mingle with men and drive the poor wretches into all manner of reckless crime, into wars and robberies and frauds and all things hostile to the nature of the soul. Then will tremble, and the sea bear no ships. Heaven will not then with stars in their orbits. All voices of the gods will be forced into silence. The fruits of the earth will rot, the soil will turn barren, and the very air will sicken with sullen stagnation. All things will be disordered and awry. All good will disappear. When all this has befallen Asclepius, then God, the creator of all things, will look on that which has come to pass, and will stop the disorder by the counterforce of his will, which is the good. He will call back to the right path those who have gone astray. He will cleanse the world of evil, washing it away with floods, burning it out with the fiercest fire, and expelling it with war and pestilence. And thus he will bring back his world to its former aspect, so that the cosmos will once more be deemed worthy of worship and wondering reverence. and God, the maker and maintainer of the mighty fabric, will be adored by the men of that day with continuous songs of praise and blessing. Such is the new birth of the cosmos. It is a making again of all things good, a holy and awe-inspiring restoration of all nature. And it is wrought inside the process of time by the eternal will of the Creator.
Egypt, oh Egypt, Egypt. Nothing will remain but an empty tile. Oh Egypt, Egypt. Oh Egypt, Egypt. Oh Egypt, Egypt. Of thy religion, nothing will remain but an empty tile. Graham Hancock and Akira the Dawn, Lament of Hermes at number 23.
Akira. He's got clout.
Whoa.
The Web of Life.
Number 21, number 22, even. Akira the Dawn and Alan Watts.
Let me try from the first to indicate the point.
From a couple of years ago. Is this like the first? This feels like the first record in a while that wasn't a 2020 record. This was like a 2019 record. Yeah.
The point is this. That human consciousness.
Make some noise for yourself. That last one was from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2, by the way.
A form of awareness and sensitivity and understanding. It's also a form of ignorance. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things that are terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them, allay our anxieties and fears and horrors. And if we could extend our awareness, you see, to include those things that we leave out, we would have a deep interior peace.
Meaningwave Autonomous Soul, make some noise!
We would all know the one thing that you mustn't know.
Shouts out to Salisbury.
The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. So you could imagine, you see, the universe is a vast of vibrations and has infinite possibilities. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out more than it takes in. The ordinary everyday consciousness that we have than it takes in. It leaves out the ordinary everyday consciousness that we have leaves out
Alan Watts, the first track from the Web of Life Part 1 right there. Last year's Watts Wave album. This year we had 2 Watts Wave albums. This year has been good for fans of the Alan Watts Meaningwave micro-genre.
Whoa, the idea, the big one is the stoned ape theory. Turn
mechanics theory was the reason why the human brain size doubled over a period of 2 million years, and he equates it to the time where the climate changed and rainforests receded into grasslands, and these monkeys climbed down from trees, started experimenting with new food sources. They would flip over cow patties to find like bugs and beetles and shit. When they saw mushrooms growing on the cow patties, certain groups of these monkeys started eating these mushrooms. Things happened. One, it increased their visual acuity. It made them be able to see much better. And then the other thing that happened is it made them horny. So here you have these better hunters. They can see things better. They can throw things and they're more accurate. And then they're... And then, of course, if they're eating plates of these fucking things, they're gonna have psychedelic experiences. And if you're a monkey, maybe, if you have psychedelic experiences every day, it's like a force-fed evolution thing. It's like a force-fed evolution thing. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Psychedelic experiences every day, every day, every day. Monkeys in space, monkeys in space.
Monkeys in space. What was that? What was that? That was number 21. Monkeys in Space featuring Joe Rogan, and number 20. Akira the Don and David Goggins. We speak from suffering.
Akira.
Yeah. Aye.
Because I'm going to say the exact opposite of what today's world is saying. So we read a bunch of books nowadays. As humans, we want to find out how to be someone else. What we don't do is we don't go inside. So literally turn yourself inside out. Like we're writing a book every day of our lives, but we never read that book. You have to look inside of yourself to see what you really want. What are you passionate about? We use these words and these little phrases of only the strong survive and all this other crap. They're all just fucking words. I get so tired of hearing people just talking. Like right now, someone may think Goggins is just talking. You don't know me. So when I speak from passion. I speak from experience. I speak from suffering. I speak from suffering. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow, you must suffer. I speak from suffering.
What up, B Athena? How you doing? Shouts out to you. B Athena just said that she just got her notification. Was an hour and a half into the stream. Good work, Susan. Ooh. Number 19. Number 20, that was David Goggins. Number 19, it's your boy Alan Watts. Killing it this month. Killing it this month.
I wonder
what you would do
if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. And you would, of course, be able to alter your time sense and slip, say, 75 years of subjective time into 8 hours of sleep. You would, I suppose, start out by fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys. Love affairs, banquets, dancing girls, wonderful journeys, gardens, music beyond belief. Music beyond belief.
Meaningwave.
Music beyond belief.
Meaningwave.
I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. I wonder what you would do if you had the power to dream any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream you wanted. Any dream
something. Because otherwise you're disoriented.
Number 18.
Been around in circles, and then you suffer. And so do people around you. It's not a good solution. Orient yourself towards something. You have to figure out what it is. What will work for you? What goal would justify the suffering of your life? Start trying to piece that together. You're going to get better at it. But it's a personal process. So you need a personal place to stand, because otherwise you're going to be handed a place to stand on a plate. And it may be one that makes you a puppet of someone else's goals. So I would say, what are the processes? Well, I think what I've recommended to people: clean up your room.
Get after it.
Clean up your room. Clean up your room. Clean up your room. Clean up your room. Clean up your room.
Yeah.
Clean up your room. That's a good start. Organize your local landscape. Schedule your time. Start taking control of yourself. See if you can stop saying things you know to be lies.
That's what's at number 18 in the chart. That is at number 18 in the chart, by Jove. And at number 17 from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2, this is the final track. The final track from Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. And a lot of people are very enamored with this song, and quite right too. It is pretty good. Feels strange to play at this juncture of the set. This is a very good last song, you know. It's almost like the perfect last song. I look forward to playing this in stadiums, you know.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to be a... That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture and imprison innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. Brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Does complacency come with age, and do I have the urge to back off? Negative. Negative. Back off? Not happening. I hear that I'm over 40, I'm pushing 50, whatever. Bring it. Back off? Negative. Not happening. In fact, I'm stepping it up. I'm training harder, eating cleaner. I'm training more. I'm learning and reading and studying more now than I ever have in my whole life. Do I get dinged up? Of course I do. Do I take some injuries? Yeah. You know what? No factor. No factor. Deal with them. You know what? You know what I hear? I hear the clock ticking. That's what I hear. And the end is nigh. And time waits for no man. Fight. Fight that ticking clock.
With everything you got.
Fight. Fight that ticking clock.
With everything you got.
Everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you got.
Everything you got. Every fight. Whoa.
Fight that ticking clock.
With everything you got. Yeah, that was at number 15. Number 16, my bad. Number 17, The Great Dictator featuring Charlie Chaplin. From the Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 LP. Who wants the Meaningwave Masterpieces 3 in 2021? And here at number 15 is Castle of Time Lo-Fi. Also the original instrumental from the first version of the first track of the first version of What's Wave 2, How to Be a Better Person. Ha ha ha. Oh man, so self-referential. Yeah. What's up, Benjamin Gunn? Meaningwave Autonomous Zone, make some noise. Shouts out to everybody logged in. Shouts out to everyone listening on the replay. Shouts out to everyone listening on the podcast. If you're wondering where yesterday's podcast went, if you're on the podcast, I'm not sure. I should check. It's YouTube Hero Alex. How did you get on with the podcast? Did they let you upload it yet? I think it's on. I think the replay of yesterday's 13-hour stream actually made it to Library and Odyssey, which is incredible. That's a 13 and a half hour broadcast. Has been preserved for all time. Incredible. Mason says, imagine just now finding Meaningwave for the first time. I know, right? I think about that. That's part of the idea. Dylan Thomas says, rise like lions after slumber, in unvanquishable number. Shake your chains, the earth like dew, which in sleep had fallen on you. Ye are many, they are few. Some of you may remember I sampled that on 2012 Zion 2012, the Apocalyptics, which was a kind of proto-Meaningwave project experiment. And also on one of these streams, I think I read out that whole poem, and it's a bloody long poem over some lo-fi beats. And yeah, what adventures we've had on this stream. What adventures? Hey, for some reason, amazingly, not some reason, I know why, it's Christmas. Okay, the podcast feed has not yet been blessed with yesterday's, but YouTube Hero Alex is working on it. So if you're like, what happened to my podcast? It's part of my regular routine. I'm awash with sorrow. We can but apologize. Yesterday's broadcast was 13 hours long, and it's proving difficult to upload to the podcast feed. Number 14, Santa. I think this was the Lo-Fi Christmas 1 LP. Lo-Fi Christmas 2. No, Lo-Fi Christmas 2. This is also the instrumental from... Obviously, Santa Claus exists. Which is a banger. Check out the Meaningwave Christmas LP. Lots of people haven't heard it. For some reason, it was kind of slept on. It missed some algorithms or something like that. And essentially, most people don't know it exists. But it does. It exists. Meaningwave Christmas. The album exists. Go check it out. It's got Jordan Peterson on it. It's got Terrence McKenna on it. It's got Alan Watts on it. It's got Jonathan Pajou on it. It's got a bunch of ill motherfuckers on it. It's got that beat on it. That's at number 14 in the Meaningwave Top 50. Number 13. Truly beautiful record. You're actually listening to the instrumental right now because I put on the instrumental. I didn't mean to, you know. It's one of those. What does Bob Ross say? Happy accidents. I was like, oh, that quiet, that choral backing vocal really is nice. Ooh, that little trill there. It's really nice. There's old Ginger on the clarinet there. Anyway, shout out to everyone for whom this is a favorite song. Lots of people have written to me and said this is their favorite song right now.
Akira.
And so that is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire.
Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 spawned another hit. That last one there was from the Alan Watts album, of course, because it's Alan Watts, of course, and it sounds incredible, so of course it's the new one. Here we are at number 12 with Carl Sagan.
If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe. If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch,
You must first invent the universe. And at number 11, I was speeding through these right now. You're gonna let us get through still.
Better than alcohol, man.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, if you're trying to stop drinking, you need better than alcohol. And alcohol's pretty good. So
number 11!
Better, man. Esteemable people do esteemable.
Steamable.
Yeah, well, you want to figure out something that you're doing with your life that's worth not getting drunk and screwing.
Yeah.
You might say, well, why do people drink too much? If you like alcohol, that's a question. Why do people drink too much? Well, because it's great. So why stop?
Well,
you do stupid things when you're drunk. You hurt yourself. You compromise your health. It's really hard on the people around you. You tend to turn into a liar and screws up your life. It's like, yeah, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, well, it is. But you need something better than that. And what's better isn't being straight and not making mistakes. It's like that's all prohibition in some sense. What's better is, no, you need an adventure, man. Alcohol is an interesting drug. Alcohol. A hell of a drug. Alcohol. It's a great drug. But the problem is, it's a great drug.
Number 11 there, Jordan B. Peterson, Akira the Don, with a tiny little guest appearance of a snigger from Theo Von himself, his very self. His very, very self. He was just nudged out of the top 50, by the way, Theo Von was. Although I expect to see that song back. I actually do expect to see that song back. And strong. Christmas songs have been displacing songs. I mean, that much is true. We're about to hit the top 10. And at number 10, it is a brand new entry from a record that came out on Friday, which is yesterday.
Something wrong with me, Linus.
Lucky Train.
Christmas is coming, but I'm not happy. I don't feel the way I'm supposed to feel.
First track from the new album, A Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle. Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Featuring more sax from the beloved Ginge, aka Damien Cook. Ooh. Beloved. The vocal version of this record is on YouTube, and you can get it also on the Bandcamp download as a bonus 2-track. The vocal version features snippets of all sorts of your favorites, many of your favorites. Vocal snippets of many of your favorites, and a sexy guest appearance from David Goggins. David Goggins shows up on the Christmas album vocal version, which is exclusively on YouTube and on the Bandcamp. And also members of the channel can download it, of course, and members of the Patreon can also download it, of course. The download is waiting for you. If you're a member of the channel, you didn't know. If you're at level 2 or above, the download of the Lo-Fi Christmas Miracle album is waiting for you, and it features a download of audio of the vocal version. Very nice. Become a member of the channel if you haven't today. You get access to emojis as well as downloads. Yes, you do. Alec Miranda's been keeping a sax count, and he counts 5 sax tracks so far. 5 out of 50 is pretty good for the sax. I think it's probably 45 too few. We need more sax. More sax! We need that more cowbell sketch, but it's more sax. Blessed be at number 10 in the Meaningwave Top 50, and at number 9. Number 9, baby. How you all feeling about this chart so far?
Akira.
Are you missing anything? Anything not happened yet that you feel should have? Maria Lisak says more cowbell would be okay too. Good point.
The way the world actually is an enormously complex, interrelated organism. The way the world actually is an enormously complex, interrelated organism. The same problem arises in medicine because the body
is a very complexly interrelated organism. If you look at the body in a superficial way, you may see there's something wrong with it. It's chickenpox, and there's spots that itch. You might say, well, spots are there, cut them off. So you kill the bug. Well, then you find you've got a real problem. Because you have to introduce some bugs to kill the bug. It's like bringing rabbits into Australia. And that starts going all over the place and getting out of it. But then you think, but now wait a minute. It wasn't the bugs in the blood. There are bugs all over the place. What was wrong with this person? That his blood system suddenly became vulnerable to those particular bugs. His resistance wasn't up. Therefore, what you should have given was not an antibiotic, but vitamins. Okay, so we're going to build up his resistance. But resistance to what? You may build up resistance to this and this and this class of bugs, but then there's another one that loves that situation. It comes right in. The way the world actually is an enormously complex, interrelated organism. The way the world actually is an enormously complex, interrelated organism.
What separates me
Whoa,
from
whoa.
people is they go into a daunting task.
Number
And the
9,
task is overwhelming.
Alan Watts. Number 8, David Goggins.
And I heard the pull-up record was 4,020 pull-ups, and I was talking about breaking this record. People are like, oh my God. I went right to a pen and paper. What are you doing? I'm doing the math, man. I'm doing the math, man. What are you talking about? I'm doing the math, man. I'm open-minded to the fact that, okay, if I do 5 pull-ups in a minute for so many hours, I can get so many pull-ups in. How much time do I have to rest? I was breaking the math down. Yeah, open-minded to the possibilities that I can do this.
The real Merry Christmas.
Once you shut your mind down to the possibility that it can be achieved, there's no way it can happen. So that's why my eyes and my body light up about things, because I know that if you're in a fight, you have to attack. You have to keep attacking. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you. 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 The enemy has to know he is not going to give up. You must break the soul, whatever the fuck is in front of you.
Yo, David Goggins. David Goggins right there in number 8. Number 8, Taking Souls. I feel that one is just keeps kind of building in a way. Although I think it slipped a bit. It was a little higher in the chart last week, right? It was a little higher in the chart last week. Last month, sorry. Hey, what's up? Shouts out to Rick Adelcy. Good to see you, baby. What's cracking? Says, hey, Akira, I rarely catch your live streams. I miss them. I lost my job today. Good. Good. Means more time to work on my art. Get that good meaning. Yo, this one goes out to you, my guy. Good to see you. Proud of you.
Akira. He's got clout.
Number 7.
How do I deal with setbacks, failures, delays, defeat, or other disasters?
I actually have a fairly simple way of dealing with these situations. It is actually one word to deal with all those situations. And that is
good.
And this is actually something that one of my guys that worked for me pointed out to me. He would call me up or pull me aside with some major problem, some issue that was going on. And he'd say, boss, we got this and that, the other thing. And I'd look at him and I'd say, good. One day he was telling me about some issue that he was having. He said, I already know what you're gonna say. And I said, well, what am I gonna say? He said, you're gonna say good. You're gonna say good. You're gonna say good.
Jocko there occupying 3 slots in the top 10. Number 7, good. Number 6, there must be discipline. And number 5, discipline equals freedom. The eternally relevant, the eternally epic, the eternally beloved. Been in the top 10 the whole time, that trio.
It's for the heroes.
Number 4, Joseph Rogan.
You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that.
90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not gonna feel perfect every day. Gotta be those days you push through. This is what I want you to do. Write down what you would like to fix about your life. If you're 30 pounds overweight, you want to lose 30 pounds? Do it the right way. Write down what you eat. Exercise every day. Force yourself to do it. The brain is the general, the troops are the body, and you get up and you do it. And then you get to write it down. You know, you're doing what you gotta do to get by, but ultimately you're not respecting yourself. I think we all have a certain amount of appreciation and respect for hero figures. We all look at the guy who never lies, always does the right thing, and fucking helps everybody out, and that's the John Wayne character, you know, that's the ultimate hero. The ultimate hero. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. You have to be the hero of your own story. And you can do that. And when
Joseph Rogan holding it tight, holding it strong, holding it powerful and epic. They're at number 3 in the Meaningwave top 50. No, sorry, number 4. I was getting so excited. Number 4. And at number 3, what is it number 3? Any guesses? What is it number 3? What's the top 3? What are you saying? What's everyone thinking? What are we missing? What do we got? What has that been? Well, without further ado, number 3 is a new entry. It's a re-entry from last year's Christmas album. It's Have Yourself a Very Lo-Fi Christmas. Yeah! Nice. We've got your Christmas music so covered here at the MAZ. YouTube Hero Alex, do we have one of those exclamation mark links for the Christmas link, for the big link for all the Christmas music? We got a playlist. We got the Meaningwave. We got the official Lo-Fi Christmas playlist. It's the Spotify's #1 Lo-Fi Christmas playlist. 6,000 people following them and counting. I think it'll probably cross 10 like next week. Like 9 hours of epic Lo-Fi Christmas music. We've got now, I believe it's four Lo-Fi Christmas mixes on YouTube, very epic ones. We got the 3 Lo-Fi Christmas albums. We got the Meaningwave Christmas album. We have got all of your Christmas music covered by Joe. Christmas parties, Christmas chilling, Christmas dinner. I had it on all day today. I had the Lo-Fi Christmas playlist on all day today. It was fucking great. Alec Moran, 6 sexy sax tracks. Yeah. So yeah, if you need Christmas music, and I think you will, we got you covered, baby. The mission to soundtrack your very, 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 very ultimate life. You know, that's the mission. That's what we're up to. And it's going pretty good. Speaking of going pretty good, Meaningwave.com has got that good. I could have done this a couple of tracks ago too. That would have been good. A good Friday sale going on till Monday. Enter code Black Friday 2020 at checkout and get 30% off of everything in in the store right now. That includes Meaningwave Exists, the brand new line. That includes the Get That Good Feeling stuff. That's very, very cool. That also includes the Jordan B. Peterson JVP Wave Genesis collection. Very beautiful. That includes the Watts Wave How to Be a Better Person collection. Incredibly beautiful. I mean, it's the whole shebang, baby. We've got the Meaningwave Aesthetic Fern line. An aesthetic fern. Aesthetic fern. Bloody hell. YouTube Hero Alex says, not yet, no. I'll make commands for all the individual lo-fi Christmas albums. That's nice. Could you do one for the big link? The big link is in the back end of where all the links are. And maybe if we just do a exclamation mark Christmas or something, that's a big link to a page that's got links to all the various Christmas music and mixes and things like that. Operation Be Useful 2020 continues, you know? All right, we're about to get into it now. We're about to basically know. Maybe we know what's number one because of what number two is, or maybe we don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Number two. Number two. On the Meaningwave Top 50. Go into your imagination. Go into your imagination. Go into your imagination. It's last month's number one. Powered by TikTok. TikTok activities continue to be epic. It's very difficult to track exactly what the numbers are, but there's now over 12,000 people have posted videos with this song in it.
I was at the Museum of Art in New York. I was in this amazing room. You know, it had all these priceless paintings from the late Renaissance hanging in it. Each painting worth, who knows, $1 billion maybe. They're priceless paintings. So the room it's a shrine, and it was full of people from all over the world who were looking at these paintings. You think, well, what the hell are these people doing coming to this room looking at these paintings? What are they up to? What are they doing? They don't know what that means. Like, why are they looking at that painting? Why is it in this room? Why does it cost $1 billion? Why is that painting worth so much? And the answer to that is, well, we don't really know. They're sacred objects in some sense. And we gaze at them in ignorance and wonder. And the reason for that is that the unknown shines through them at us and in partially articulated form.
If you're watching it live, we're just scrolling through TikTok videos that have this as the music in them.
Well, that's the role of art.
It's bloody loads of them. It's 12,000 of them.
Well, that's the role of art.
It's ridiculous.
And that's the role of artists.
And very beautiful.
Real artists are contending with the unknown, right? And they're possessed by it. They have a personality trait, openness, that makes them do that. They can't even help it. Makes them do that. They can't even help it. The worst thing for creative people is to not be creative because they just die. So one of the things I would say is buy a damn piece of art, you know? Find one that really speaks to you and look out if you do it. If it's a real piece of art, because you'll also get a little introduction to the artist, and then that'll seep into your life. And that'll change things like mad. But it's unbelievably worth it because it opens your eyes to the domain of the transcendent. That's the right way of thinking about it. A real piece of art is a window into the transcendent. That's what it is in the absence of the sublime. You can see that integral to our culture is the idea that beauty is one pathway towards God. And if you can't find another pathway, then why don't you use beauty? I'm sure most of you do that with music. Because music is the one thing that modern people can't be cynical about. Thank God for that. And so we need to understand the role of art and literature and stop thinking about it as an option. It's not an option. It's not an option. What is it said? Man does not live by bread alone. That's exactly right. We live by beauty. We live by literature. We live by art. And literally, not metaphorically. We cannot.
Still scrolling.
Because life is too dismal and tragic. Well, that's the role of art. And that's the role of artists. Well, that's the role of art. And that's the role of artists. So real artists are contending with the unknown, right? And they're possessed by it. They have a personality trait, openness, that makes them do that. They can't even help it. Makes them do that. They can't even help it.
So, thank you very much, and I hope...
Kind of unfathomable, really.
Programs.
Like, I haven't looked at this. I haven't since the last chart, actually. I haven't looked in on this since the last chart. But yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's double the amount it was previously now. Oh, someone's made these nice Shira shoes. And yeah, incredible. And to be honest, it might be number one. The thing is, I don't know. It's very, very difficult to tell. TikTok is very bad at releasing official figures. They only account quarterly. They do now pay you for streams, but they only account quarterly. So I won't have the full data for this. And they don't tell you how many times a person has streamed a video. All we know is that, for example, this one has been liked nearly 500,000 times, and that's just one of them. You know, so it's kind of difficult to gauge an exact number, but it certainly puts it at number 2. Now, the reason it's not number 1 is because on all other platforms, it was overwhelmingly trumped. I haven't used that word in that fashion in a while. Amazing. By the record that is number 1. And what's interesting is, and I always say this to people think, you know, being big on Twitter doesn't mean you're going to be big somewhere else, or being big on TikTok doesn't necessarily translate to anything else at all. And interestingly, this record going crazy on TikTok hasn't affected it on any other platform. It's very interesting. You'd have thought that it would, but it hasn't really. Not that I've been able to notice. What has gone crazy on all the other platforms combined, all the other platforms, this is the biggest record on all the other platforms, and it is this. I just completely forgot how to DJ. Like, what do? I press a button? Oh yeah, that's it. I'll press a button.
The title of these talks that I'm giving here is Mind Over Mind. And I'm going into all the various problems which have to do with the control of the mind.
Yeah, boy!
Alice. So, I might introduce what I'm going to say by saying it from different points of view. Yeah. For example, if you're interested in communications, it will be the problem of feedback. Or if I may put it in theological terms, how does man follow the will of God if the will of man is perverse? The theologians say, you cannot do this without having divine grace, or the power to follow the will of God. How then do you get grace? Why is grace given to some and not to others? If I cannot follow the will of God by my own effort because my will is selfish, how will my will, which is selfish, be transformed into an unselfish will? If I cannot do it because I am already the selfish will, then grace must do it. Then grace must do it. If grace has not already done it, why not? Because I didn't accept it. But by definition, I have no power to accept it because my will is selfish. Must I then become a Calvinist and say that only those people who are destined to receive grace will be able to live the good life. The good life. Then we come back to the inadmissible position that people who live evil lives do not get grace because they are not predestined to it out of the infinite wisdom of the Godhead. Then God himself must be held responsible for their evil deeds.
There you have it, baby. That was the Meaningwave Top 50, and I forgot to count it down. I just remembered. My bad. I didn't count it down from the start to the beginning, did I? Oh well. You can listen to it back. We'll be updating the Top 50 playlist on Spotify shortly with this official brand new Top 50. So the link for that is in the description. You can go follow that so you can listen back to the Top 50. Because, you know, for those who have everything, more will be given. You know, that's how it works. That's how it works, by Jove. And what a wonderful, that was a great chart. And what a great peak to the chart that was. It was very symmetrical too. It started with a track from that very album, Why Did You Come Here? And it finished with a kind of definitive statement on that. Very nice. Very nice. Toast 1012 says, go buy Meaningwave merch. Exactly, that's a very good point. Go get it now while it's a ridiculous 30% off. A ridiculous 30% off for this incredibly high quality, well-made, in the USA, beautiful, aesthetic, gorgeous, comfy, fine. Just, you know, all of the words can be thrown at this stuff. Go to meaningwave.com right now and get 30% off your order with the code Black Friday 2020 at checkout. Get your Christmas presents for everybody from meaningwave.com. That's my advice to you. I know people who've taken that advice. A lot of people are going to be getting beautiful USA-made Meaningwave merch for Christmas. And that's a wonderful thing. Christmas. Merry Christmas. Should we do a countdown? Might as well do a countdown. It'd be rude not to, because they'll be like, oh, there wasn't a countdown. Some people will be sad. You know? And do you know what I do not like? I do not like people to be sad. I like people to be awash with joy. So let's rewind that. At number 50, Why Have You Come Here, featuring Akira the Don and Alan Watts, together from the Watts Wave. Has to Be a Better Person album. At number 49, Stand Up Straight with Your Shoulders Back, Jordan B. Peterson. Number 48, Do Things That Are Delightful to You. Do Things That Are Delightful to You, indeed. That's featuring Alan Watts from 2020's The Web of Life 2 album. That Thing Which Really Is Genuine. From the same album is number 46. And number 47, I did those the wrong way around. Do Shit That's Difficult. Let me rewind that. Do Things That Are Delightful to You at number 48. Number 47, Do Shit That's Difficult. Every Day, featuring Joe Rogan. Number 46, That Thing Which Really Is Genuine. Alan Watts from that same album. Number 45, Make It Beautiful. From the Genesis LP, Akira the Don and Jordan B. Peterson. At number 44, Either You Love Someone or You Don't. Akira the Don and Alan Watts, How to Be a Better Person LP. Number 43, Beware of Virtue. Same album, same guy. 42, Wishes, Jordan B. Peterson, Akira the Don. Number 41, Trees Come Out of the Air, featuring Richard Feynman from Meaningwave Masterpiece. It's amazing. Number 40, Mind Control, featuring Jocko Willink. Number 39, Food, Sex, Power, Alan Watts and Akira the Don. Again, yes, from that album. Yes, 38, Why Do Drugs When You Could Just Mow a Lawn? That's right, Akira the Don. And Hank Hill, If, featuring Jocko Willink, written by Rudyard Kipling. And number 37, number 36, Marcus Aurelius and Akira the Don, Grateful to the Very Gods, Feels Like It Works, Scott Adams and Akira the Don. Number 35, number 34, The Price Is the Soul, featuring Prince. Number 33, The Highest Virtue, featuring Alan Watts. Number 31, number 32, Do Something, featuring Joseph Rogan. Number 31, For Freedom, Scott Adams. Number 30, Kindly, Akira the Don and Alan Watts from that new album. The new one, Studied Mediocrity, also from that new album. The Great Things That You Do, also featuring Alan Watts, also from that new album, The Wave, with Jordan B. Peterson is at number 27. Number 26, Grace, featuring Alan Watts. Number 25, Discipline Gets Things Done, featuring Joseph Rogan and Jocko Willink. By Jove, by Jove, by Jove. Christmas Time is Here, Charlie Brown is a brand new entry at number 24. And number 23, it's Akira the Don and Graham Hancock with The Lament of Hermes. Very, very epic, very, very glorious. From Meaningwave Masterpieces 2. Christmas Time is Here, Charlie Brown was earlier. Yes, it was. Ordinary Everyday Consciousness from last year's Web of Life, the year before last Web of Life album. Number 22. Number 22. Number 21, Monkeys in Space featuring Joseph Rogan. Number 20, From Suffering featuring David Goggins. Number 19, Any Dream You Wanted featuring Alan Watts from the Dreams album. Clean Up Your Room, Jordan B. Peterson from the Father album is number 18. The Great Dictator featuring Charlie Chaplin at number 18. Number 17, sorry, that was The Great Dictator. Vice is at number 16 featuring Jocko Willink. Castle of Time, number 15, that was the first version of this music that's playing right now. You know Akira the Don likes to revisit things and make them better, or at least different. Yes, he does. Ha, Santa, number 14. 13, The Buddha Said. Number 12, An Apple Pie from Scratch featuring Sagan. At number 11, Jordan B. Peterson's Drinking Song featuring Guess Who? Yeah, that guy. Number 10, Oh Christmas Tree Lo-Fi. Also featuring another Charlie Brown. Number 9, The Way the World Actually Is, Akira the Don and Alan Watts from the How to Be a Better Person LP. Taking Souls with David Goggins is at number 8. At number 7, It's Good with Jocko Willink. At number 6, There Must Be Discipline, says Jocko Willink. And he also says at number 5 a similar thing. He says discipline equals freedom. Yes, it does. Discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom there at number 5. That's a trio, a trilogy, a holy trinity of Jocko. Number 4, Be the Bloody Hero. Be the Bloody Hero, featuring Joseph Rogan. And at number 3, Have Yourself a Very Lo-Fi Christmas. Number 2, propelled by TikTok to great heights. Over 12,000 videos uploaded using that music to TikTok. Art featuring Jordan B. Peterson. And at number 1, Akira the Don and Alan Watts from the brand new album How to Be a Better Person. It's Mind Over Bloody Mind. Yes, it is. Thank you all for being here, brothers and sisters. This has been the Meaningwave Spectacular Top 50. The Meaningwave Top 50, baby. We do this once a month. We count down the epic Top 50. We do it every month. If you want to have an effect on the Top 50, why not organize a campaign to get one of these songs to Christmas number 1 in your country? That would be a good idea. That would be smart. And then it would be number 1 in the chart. Yeah. Cree is in the house. They're snagging some of the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone merch tonight. A gift for Marcy Marley. That pink Marilyn Monroe is going to look great on her. You cutie. You cutie. She was saying that she wanted someone to buy her some merch. Get after it. God bless everybody, particularly those who are beautiful and generous and buy Meaningwave merch for their loved ones. That is just a sign of being a better person. If you want to know how to be a better person, as the people who listen to How to Be a Better Person, the Akira the Don and Alan Watts album seem to, well, I can tell you right now, how to be a better person, buy Meaningwave merch for somebody today. And get 30% off with code Black Friday 2020 at checkout. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Cree. Thank you, Alec Morand, who supported. Thank you, everyone who supports The Wave. Thank you, everyone who's a member of the channel, who's on the Patreon, who listens to music on Spotify and other places, who downloads music on Bandcamp. And particularly, shout out to those who let the world know the very, very truth. And the truth is this. By Jove, Meaningwave exists. Yes, it does. All that remains now is to do a by 5, and we do it a little something like this. Get ready with the close-up. Get ready like this, and do the click, clack, glam. 3, 2, 1. 5. Ooh. Sauce. God bless each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central on Twitch. And we'll be here tomorrow night for the Meaningwave request show, where you can request your Meaningwave favorites. Tomorrow night, only here, only on the Meaning stream. God bless you each and every one. Thank you for being here. Good night. Mwah.